Hi guys, long time no see. Long time no see. I hope you guys have been good. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I know we are done with last year, but I know I didn't officially wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But yeah, so we are trying to ease back into of course our usual programming. Just be a little bit patient with us. We are still trying to get our own footing at home, but all is well. If you are following me on TikTok, you'd know I'm usually a little bit active on TikTok, so you know we are okay. But yeah, I had a few things that I had recorded before going to the hospital and all that, and it took me a bit of time to post, but I've decided to post it right now so that we can start with that video before now we start with the baby stuff. Basically just start the new year with the new arrival of baby Isla. Yeah, so first of all, I'm gonna start with the pump shoot because I never posted those ones. I know it took a while, but here goes. I hope you guys enjoy the vlog. And we got some amazing pictures. Hi guys, good morning. So today is the day we're checking into hospital. Unfortunately, my husband is not there, so my sister-in-law is the one checking me in. Today is officially day 1 in the hospital, and I've just checked in and I've been given a menu where you choose your breakfast, mid-morning snack, lunch, mid-afternoon snack, and your dinner. This is the cubicle I'm gonna be in for the time I'm here, and I've already been given a gown to change into, but I'm just waiting for my sister-in-law to leave and then I change. I am almost settled in and I've just been brought my dinner and my 10 p.m. tea with a piece of mandazi over there. I'm slowly settling in. I even carried a book because I wanted to read something, because I figured I'd have a lot of time, but I didn't even get to read anything. So I am from showering. I'm doing my simple skincare routine for the night, and then just call it a day and wait for tomorrow. My surgery is scheduled for tomorrow 1 p.m. so I just want to rest and just prepare, pray, and be ready for tomorrow. The hospital has a kitchen you can access, and it's about 11 o'clock. I haven't slept and I hadn't taken my 10 o'clock tea, so I just came to warm it. And this is how my cubicle looks like and the arrangement. I'm yet to put everything where I want them to stay, but for now this is how it's going to stay. So that's my tea. And I want to drink it as I scroll kidogo on social media, just keeping myself busy. I also did a video call with Ella. I called her, we spoke a little. She wasn't very confused. I told her I was in hospital, and when I come back, I'm coming with baby, so she was okay. And then after that, she disappeared. And you know how kids are with video calls. You just see her forehead most of the time, or the roof. So we spoke kidogo, and then she disappeared, and then I called it a day with them. So did kidogo some TikTok, and then went to bed. Hi guys, good morning. I just woke up to a bag of toiletries beside my bed. It had a tissue, a bathing soap, a toothbrush, what else? A small Vaseline, a pair of slippers, and a basin. Hi guys, good morning. So I've woken up trying to arrange a couple of things. I've moved some of the things that I had carried, mostly baby stuff, from the suitcase to this small bag. Baby is over there. We are officially a first-time mom of 2. So I moved some things from the suitcase so that it's easier for me to access them, because that suitcase is a bit tasking, opening, closing, and all that, because it has my stuff and it has baby stuff. So removing all of them is just too much. So I moved her stuff to this bag, and then mine still remain in the suitcase. Some of these are dirty clothes that possibly going to go back home, because I want to lessen my luggage for when I'm going back home. So right now I'm just chilling. Baby is sleeping over there. I'm going through social media because there's nothing much to do. She actually sleeps a lot. So I am definitely going to miss these times when she's sleeping, because after she stops, the real work begins. Hi guys, good afternoon. So today is day 2 at home, and we did kidogo shopping because we had some things that we needed to replenish in the house. So as usual, got some milk, got a pack of matchsticks, some formula, diapers because we're almost running out, and then got some cooking oil, and then water over there. We're going to use that to be making formula for Isla, and then some bread, some tomato paste, some wheat flour, some pads, because now we are open for business, and then some hand wash. There's a particular hand wash I ordered, but they didn't have it, so they substituted. And then some toilet wash, some Omo over there, some bathing soap for Ella, window cleaner, glass cleaner, some bar soap, toothpaste for Ella, and toothpaste for us, and bathing soap for my nanny. Basically this is it. This one is going to last us for a couple of weeks, and then I'm sure we'll probably need to add some more stuff before the month ends. Hi guys, long time no see. I know they were there. I know I'm lost. I have been lost, but now I am found. First of all, I don't know. Anyway, I've missed you guys. I have missed you. I hope you've missed me too. Miss anyway. The break that I took has kind of, I don't know what usually happens, because when you're used to vlogging, it's very easy to pick up the phone and record. But now when you take a break, and like a long break for like a month plus, it now starts becoming a bit difficult to just pick up the phone and record. Plus, it's been challenging with Isla, as in, it's, trust me, motherhood is all they say, all the good things, but it comes with its own challenges. Hata kama mentally you're prepared, it usually comes with its own challenges. I actually had forgotten how to, like, life with an infant. It's been crazy, but we are good. We are managing well. We are more or less settled, but you can't quite say you are settled just yet until at least they grow up. They start having routines. Like predictable routines. But for now, everything is just everywhere. So as much as we are settled, I think we are settled with the chaos. We are okay. We are used to the chaos. Yeah, it's. I just realized my curtain rod. One of my curtain rods is crooked. Anyway, I'll deal with that later. Yes. So she's actually asleep right now. So what Isla has been doing, she sleeps a lot during the day, and then at night, half the time she's awake. Half the time she's awake. So now, if I don't keep up with her in terms of sleeping, especially during the, like right now, most of the time, right now it's 12. Most of the time, we are sleeping together. Like she sleeps and I sleep. So when she's awake, of course, there's nothing much I can do. Just hang out, breastfeed, play kidogo, tummy time, and all that. An hour goes by, an hour and a half, she's back to sleeping. So now that second time she's back to sleeping, I want to arrange the bedroom kidogo. I want to do some self-care. I want to shower. I want to arrange, I don't know, some clothes to wear. As in, there's always just things to be done, and you never really get around to actually, like mounting your phone and recording the things that you're doing, because when you make the slightest noise, she wakes up. So trust me, you're just creeping all over the place, trying to not make noise so that you can get one or two things done before she wakes up. So basically, that's how our life has been. So when she's asleep during the day, I sleep. When she's awake, I'm awake. So now usiku, even if we spend like cumulatively 4 or 5 hours a week, I don't struggle so much. Plus, right now, if there's one thing I am guarding, is my mental state. I really, really, really do not want you see those emotional roller coasters people go through, especially hormones and all that. I don't want. I really, really, if there is one thing I do not want ni hiyo. I don't want to fall apart. Ameamka ama umeenda kuosha vyombo? Haya, sawa. If there's one thing I don't want to fall apart, and falling apart is very easy, especially when you're tired and sleep deprived. Falling apart is super, super easy. So trust me, I can't allow myself to fall apart. I need the rest. I need my body to heal, and I need my body to heal properly. Even sitting on this chair sometimes does a number on my back. Maybe let me just take another pillow I have. I'm actually using such a pillow. It's very good because it gives your back support. This one I was gifted by an in-law of mine, and it makes a lot of sense. It just, I don't know what it does, but you see that place where it's flat. It's like your back, your spine rather, doesn't, like when you sit, your spine is not, it doesn't touch where you're sitting, so it doesn't have any pressure. The pressure is on your butt, this side and this side. So that's a middle place where it's flat, your spine is easy. It's like it's just hanging. It's not overworking or doing anything per se. So yeah, well, it's about time we caught up. First of all, I didn't even, whenever I really talked about hospital and all that, so I decided let me just make that video first before we officially start to do the rest, or like we just go back to, you know, like our normal vlogs and all that. And then I think I'm going to be doing 2 videos a month for now. If I'm able to do a video weekly, I will be, but if I'm unable to do that, I think I'll just be doing twice a month for now, because I don't want to commit myself to doing videos every week and for you are disappointed. I really don't want. I just want to be realistic, give myself realistic, expect things from myself realistically, because I know how my body is right now. I'm healed, partly healed, because outside my wound is sealed up properly. There's no bleeding, there's nothing, there's no dressing. I'm good right now. But I know my back still needs a lot of time to heal. Plus, the incision inside, of course, hasn't healed properly, because there are times when I strain myself or like I twist, you know, those sudden movements, especially twisting on when I'm in bed. I can feel some pain from inside, not from outside. So that's how I know I'm not yet there. So for that reason, I'm just going to take it easy still. So yeah, realistic expectations from my side, and basically just from my side. So twice a month is realistic right now. But if I'm able to do it weekly, well and good. And then I'm thinking, now that I'm going to be doing videos like twice a month, I can be able to be doing like very short, you know, like reels, like Instagram reels. I spend a lot of time on TikTok. I don't know why. Like just TikTok just makes me happy. It's entertaining, it's educative, it's easy to post there. I do a lot of challenges, like not half the time, but most of the time, if there is any social media that I'm on, most of the time it's TikTok. So mkinikosa YouTube, mkinikosa Instagram, and then TikTok. I think my handles are on my bio. If not, I'll just put them somewhere in the either description box or on the screen. My WhatsApp handle and my Instagram handle. It's easier to do short things like during the week or like weekly. I can do maybe 2 or 3, so at least we still catch up. Even if we're not on YouTube, we're still catching up on these other social media platforms. But yeah, so let's get into the hospital. So I checked into hospital on 17th of December, because my doctor preferred me checking in a day before so that they can monitor me, they can monitor the baby, just make sure everything is okay before the next day. She was born on 18th December. It was on a Thursday at 3:18 p.m. I actually have that video of her being pulled out of my tummy. It's actually a little graphic, but for some reason it didn't scare me, and I don't know how, or I don't know why, because I don't like bloody things. But it just made me happy. The fact that I saw her coming out. And we thank God, because when she was coming out, she had the cord wrapped around her twice. The good thing is that cord wasn't very tight. That's why she was still okay. If there's anything I am thankful for, it is that. It is that. And you know, some of these hospitals, they don't per se do a scan. They just monitor. There's this thing. I don't know if it's called a doppel something. I don't know. There's a thing that they put on your tummy. There's the analog one, like super analog. Oh, she's not awake. There's the super analog one, and then there's somewhat mid analog. They put, of course, the gel, and then you can't see the visual representation of what is going on in your tummy, but you can hear the baby's heartbeat, and that is what they do. So they used to monitor her. The last time I went to the last appointment, I went to the doctor. That is what they did. They didn't do like an actual scan, and they didn't request us to do one. I think baby girl is awake. So we have decided to move. First of all, can I be able to see this? Yeah, I can be able to see, thank God. Yeah, we have moved locations because it's easier for me to breastfeed her here. Sorry, mommy. She's very feisty when she's hungry, very, very much. Yeah, so it's easier for me to breastfeed her from here. It's more comfortable, plus with the pillow, it's, I don't know, it's more comfortable, it's practical. We actually spend a lot of time in the bedroom, so going forward, vlogs, most of them are just going to revolve around the bedroom, because right now I'm not doing much in the house. I'm not cooking even, because I remember I used to occasionally, you know, like think of something, feel like it's been a minute since I had this, and cook. But right now, not so much. Have I cooked? I think I've cooked once since I came back from the hospital. I don't think I've not cleaned the bedroom, because right now my nanny is the one who helps with cleaning the bedroom. So basically it's baby stuff right now, my own personal stuff, hygiene and self-care, just arranging the things that of course I don't give her to arrange. That's it. There's a lot of homebodying right now. At least before the baby came, I could go out, you know, as in I could afford to go out. Right now I can't, and if I do, it's just for like a few, at most 2 to 3 hours, because I managed to make my nails, but went to the same salon where I had my hair undone and my nails done at the same time. So after that was finished, I couldn't be able to braid my hair just immediately, so I came back home, of course, came back home, went the next day to do my hair. My hair took, I think, 3 hours, and within those 3 hours I decided to pump first before I left, so that I make sure she has milk and just make sure she's okay first before I leave. Because trust me, ukiwa uko nje, your mind is not quite settled. Even if I am near home, not yet, not yet. Let me put on my glasses. I feel like there's a lot of light in this room. We rarely have curtains drawn all the way, so today I had to, because of course yeah, because of this. I'll keep doing that just to make sure this one is recording, because I'm running out of space already. I have taken a lot of pictures of Isla. My phone is almost full. Si mtu aninunulie iPhone 17 1TB, 17 Pro Max. Let me be specific, just in case someone out there wants to actually bless me. It is good to be specific, you know. You ask exactly what you want. Don't like vaguely say that I want iPhone 17. No, I want iPhone 17 Pro Max 1TB. Oh, I really want that phone so badly. Anyway, and the unfortunate bit is I am also attached to this one, and I really don't want to like sell it or trade it in, because usually with all my iPhones I've been trading it in and getting the new one, trading it in and getting the new one. I'm attached to this one. I don't want to give it out. So if I am to decide to buy the 17, I have to cough out the entire amount. Yo, I don't know your budget for now. Anyway, yeah, so as I was saying, the hospital, I hope my story is going to have a flow of sorts. Yeah, so I remember checked in on 17th. I checked in with my sister-in-law. My husband wasn't around. He was actually traveling back that same day. So my sister-in-law took me. It took a bit of time before I was admitted. We went to, I'm not going to mention the hospital, but if you've been there, you'll know which one it is. Went to the hospital, started the paperwork. There were tests that were done, because I remember they ran some blood work and some pee. They also did that analog monitoring of the baby. The baby's heartbeat was okay. What else did we do before I was admitted? Yeah, basically that's it. And all that paperwork plus the tests took around 3.5 hours. So considering I was half the time I was tired, I mean, my sister-in-law was really helpful. She's the one who was up and down, because there were points where I was asked to give copies of my husband's ID and mine, just a lot of paperwork, and she's the one who really helped. I thank God I had her that day. So checked into the hospital. The first day wasn't very eventful. We hung out with my sister-in-law for a while. Began story before she left. After she left, of course, I changed into the hospital gown, and now my stay began. So the first day I didn't do much. Of course, we were in a ward. We actually wanted to get a private room, but unfortunately that day when I was checking in, all the private rooms were filled, all of them. It sucked, but even the ward was okay, so I actually didn't have a problem per se. At least I had my own space and my own privacy. That is what mattered to me the most. The fact that we didn't have to share a lot, that was enough for me. So first day, nothing much. I was social mediaing a lot, did a few TikTok challenges. And then when it got time to sleep, those people who had their kids, like their children, and sasa unasikia why at night, why at night. I wasn't able to like sleep properly, even with my earplugs. I wasn't able to, although I think I came around to sleeping at maybe like 3, because then I decided to now use the earplugs, because what was the point of carrying them if I couldn't use them? Because of course that was the only time I would have used them, because then after that I would have been there. I can't use plugs because I need to be half awake to hear her, which is very sad really. When you think about it, when you become a mom, there's no day until like you're completely asleep. Half the time you're half asleep, you're just listening to that cry. Anyway, yeah, so day 1 wasn't eventful. I had my own time, I did my own things, settled in. I thought I'd read a book. I even carried a book, but I didn't read. I didn't do anything. I was just on my phone. So yeah, the second day came, my sisters came to visit. Hubby also came because he got into town very late the previous day, so he couldn't see me at the hospital, so he came the next day. We spoke kidogo. Visiting time was 12 to 2 and 4 to 6. So between that time they were there, we began story kidogo, and then the nurse came to finally wheel me into the theater. And yo, I don't think Ella's time was that intense, because Ella's time, I remember I was wheeled into the theater, and then within 10-15 minutes we had already begun. But this one, they wheeled me in while they were preparing themselves, so I could see all the equipments that they needed, all the knives, all the I don't know what. Yani, like I could see the nurses, preparing themselves. I was already seated on the table. The anesthesiologist was already working on me. And then I felt the strangest feeling. Like when she poked me behind, I felt like a shock on my right leg. I don't remember feeling anything like that with Ella, but it scared me. And then I jerked in front. And then after that, I remember a very nice nurse came and held my hands and just told myself, and then told me to relax. I think that entire time of me seeing what was happening, them preparing themselves, I think it it made me panic because my BP was just up, down, up, down. Paka nurse akaniambia, hey madam, relax, calm down. You are in good hands. I can't. I don't think I'd ever want to go through that again, especially just seeing them prepare. It made me panic. My blood pressure was shooting up, coming down, shooting up, coming down, and I was already being monitored. So it got to a point that nurse laughed a little because it was funny to her. Of course, she knew what was bothering me. So after that, of course, you lay down on the bed. Ni kama unasulubiwa. I don't know why that is. You lay down on the bed. I was half asleep. I was half awake rather, and I could feel everything. So told to wiggle my legs to see if I have any control. What else? Of course you have to, because I remember I wasn't completely numb. I could wiggle my legs. Apparently they just do that to make sure that you could still, I don't know, feel, or like your nerves are still working. I don't know, like I don't know the whole explanation behind that, but I remember I could still wiggle my toes. As much as everything else was numb, I could still wiggle my toes. So the doctor started. He was like, hi Beverly, I'm cutting you, can you feel anything? No. So we are good to go. And then the anesthesiologist told me if I feel even the slightest pain, I should tell her. So everything went well, honestly. But the procedure took a bit of time, a long time, because it took almost 2 hours. I remember the doctor told me I had a lot of scar tissue from my previous C-section, and I could feel that he struggled to get inside. He really struggled because, with CS you just feel your body ni kama people are just tugging. I don't know, that was intense. It was definitely more than what I experienced with Ella. And then yeah, I saw Ella coming out. It was really nice. It was really nice. And then I remember I was facing like this. The doctors were of course in front of me, and then when Isla came out, she was moved to a bed this side. I remember while they were still doing their thing, I was busy like trying to check on her, come back, check on her, come back. Hi mommy. Yeah, I remember I used to check on her. Like occasionally I'd do this and then go back to closing my eyes and listening to what was happening. There was a lot of tagging. And when you hear the realistic thing that actually happens on that table, it's a bit scary, because my sister was telling me they actually remove your uterus out of your body after your baby is born. Out of your body, they saw the uterus where they cut it, and then they push it back inside. There's a lot of things we are oblivious of, but now my sister came and actually told me that is actually what happens. They literally remove your uterus, remove your placenta, sew your uterus, and then push it back in. And then of course your uterus is still very big, so they have to nikungangana kurudi. When you think about the things that we go through, and then someone asks you, what do you bring to the table? Also, a lot of water, a lot of liquids, a lot of soups, breastfeeding dehydrates you very quickly. Yes. So back to the hospital. We finished. We were wheeled into the recovery room. I remember for some reason I was super cold and super itchy, but I was told those were the side effects of the medicine. So while we were in the recovery room, Ayla was still on her own bed. I was still on my own bed. So I was just like in and out of sleep, in and out of sleep, in and out of sleep. And then she was also asleep. And then after some time, she woke up. So the nurse woke me up and told me to try and breastfeed. I thank God that now I actually have nipples, because during Ella's time, my nipples were flat. Ella did not breastfeed for an entire month and a half. And I think that affected my milk supply, like completely. Because I remember with Ella, it's safe to say that she grew up with formula and I was supplementing with breast milk. That is how it felt. Because right now, as much as I'm supplementing, because I have a can of formula over here, as much as I'm supplementing, it's, you know, I like give her formula on one of those days when I have not eaten properly. Maybe something was bothering me and it kind of affected, you know, there's a lot of things that affect your milk supply. So of course, how you eat, your stress, your mental state, a lot of things affect your milk supply. So, and then the fact that this one breastfed the first day, because there was something to latch on to. I remember Ella and I struggled even before we left the hospital. During Ella's time, the nurses tried to like pull your nipple out with a syringe. It was hella painful, hella painful. Even when the kid latched, as in, it was just painful. It was just, you know, like uchungu tu. Even that turns you off. So I remember with Ella, she started breastfeeding after 1.5 months. This one latched on properly from day one, from the first time. Warmed my heart. I was so happy, and that triggered my milk production, and my milk supply is okay. It's not a lot, as in enough for me to pump and feed her, because I've pumped since I came back home. I think I've pumped like maybe 10 times or less than 20 times, definitely less than 20. So I know I don't have a lot of milk, like a lot enough to feed her and pump and have supply. I just have enough to feed her. The only time I pump is when I have a lot of milk and she refuses to breastfeed, because sometimes when she's asleep, this one, she's like, even when you try to rub your nipple on her lips, wap her monkey, and because you know when you have milk sometimes inakuumiza, so that's the time I pump and put, but rarely do I pump really. So yeah, I'm digressing a lot. The hospital was okay, my stay was okay. I went to a public-private hospital, and from the experience that I had there and the experience that I had with Ella, I think I still prefer private. Private is actually private. Public-private is, but generally I can't complain much. I can say I can give them like 70%. So that was okay. We checked in on Wednesday, had the surgery on Thursday, stayed on Friday, Saturday. My doctor wanted me to check out on Monday, but I insisted on Sunday, so we checked out on Sunday, came back home. Yeah, and everything was okay. Checked out with medication, of course, antibiotics, painkillers, something to help with bowel movement, because we had that also in the hospital. What else? The hospital provided us with like a basin, soap, slippers, mafuta. I think that's it. Yeah. So even the clothes that I packed here, because I remember I used to see a lot of reels on Instagram that influenced how I packed for the hospital. So all the clothes that I carried, The only cloth that I used was the one that I packed for checking out of the hospital. That's it. The rest of the time we were in hospital gowns, so, and they were breastfeeding friendly. They had openings on the side, so breastfeeding was very easy. After the surgery, what happened? Of course, you bleed. Thank God I had the pants. They came in handy. Really, I think I prefer that more than pads. Pads are messy. Pants are better. So yeah, I used the pants. What else? Is there anything I'm forgetting? In case you want to know anything that maybe I left out while I was giving you this story, please just let me know. I am glad I will answer you because I have everything. You know, sometimes you're talking like this and you just go through a lot of, because it's a lot. You go through a lot of things and then you end up skipping some of them. But yeah, my hospital stay was okay. The first two, my meal came in officially day 2 in the evening. So in the meantime, she was breastfeeding ananyonya hewa, but anapewa formula from the hospital. Although I carried my own formula, but she was being given formula from the hospital, and then they don't give her with like a bottle. They give her with like a something that I don't think is available locally. You can only ship it. Yes. So yeah, she stayed on formula for a day and a half, 2 days, and then we started breastfeeding. So after a week or a week and a half after my milk came in, it was still not sufficient, so I was supplementing with formula. But right now, I think it's been a while since we used the formula, because now I have enough to feed her, not enough to pump and feed her. Yeah, so came back home and life started with a toddler. So is there anything that is out of the ordinary? Really, she used to sleep a lot the first 3 weeks. Ooh, you see those memes that parents are like, yay, she's asleep, but then she's asleep for 2 hours. This one would do 4 hours straight. 4 hours. I even called a friend of mine and I was like, kwani, as in, this person is supposed to breastfeed every 1 to 2 hours. What am I supposed to do? I was told to wake her up, but nakwambia hakukuwa anaamka. You would tickle her toes. The only time she would wake up is you remove her clothes, asikie baridi ndio ataamka. Huyu hapendi baridi. She does not like cold. Even showering was a problem the first few weeks. My God. Showering was a problem. Like, anytime I imagined we are going to shower, as in, it would even stress me, because I know she would cry the entire time, from when I remove her clothes to when I finish dressing her. The entire time was one. So you just take a break, calm her down kidogo, and then you go back. Calm her down kidogo, because I'd remove her clothes, she's crying, calm her down. When she's calm, put her in water. She cries, so I would wash her real quick. When I'm done, put her in a towel, wrap her in a towel, calm her down. When she's calm again, down, we dress. It was a lot. She would sleep, but showering wasn't our best time. Right now, she's gotten used to it, but now dressing up is a problem. Removing clothes is not a problem. Showering is not a problem. Dressing up, tapigana, and then anajikaza. Yani, she can do like this and refuse to stretch her hand. Chaos. But yeah, the first 3 weeks she used to sleep a lot, and I would try to wake her up and she would refuse. So that is also the time I used to pump, because if I have milk and she has refused to sleep, she has refused to wake up and pump. Just pump, freeze, pump, freeze. I think I have maybe like 15 like 70 ml sachets of milk frozen. I don't have a lot, but at least I am grateful, first of all, that there's a difference between now and when Ella was born, because okay, Ella, I didn't have milk. I swear, even when I used to pump, yani nitatoa like 20 ml on each boob. It was frustrating, but yeah. And then you are seeing people have a lot of milk, they have enough to feed their kids and pump and have a lot stored. It would get to you, but it's never that serious. I've come to learn that it's never that serious, that everyone has their own journey. Someone will have a lot of milk, someone won't have a lot of milk, like me. I remember I saw another chick on TikTok. She had her baby, she had milk for 2 weeks, and then the milk disappeared. Yani, some things, sometimes you just thank God for what you have, because what kind of explanation now would you even give for that? 2 weeks she has milk, and then from there disappeared completely, total dry down. Hey. So I remember the husband was online saying that, yo, if you plan to have kids, please be prepared financially, because now it is formula all through, and formula ain't cheap. Formula is not cheap. I remember with Ella's time, we used to spend like over 15,000 shillings every month for formula. It's not a joke. So I'm grateful that I have enough milk at least to feed her. What else? Is there anything else I'm leaving out? I had the worst hairstyle when I went to hospital. Even just getting it inside those hairnets was a problem. They used like 3. But then that was not smart on my part, although I had taken a lot of time before I made my hair, so I kind of missed that hairstyle, and that is why I made it, but it was at the wrong time. Because I remember after coming from the hospital, first of all, this weather has been so hot. Our room is so hot. At night it is so hot, like we can't, sometimes I even sleep with the fan on, like literally just blowing towards me, because it is so hot, it's unbearable. Now you can imagine that heat with that hairstyle. I chopped it off after like 2 days, nilikata, and then I became a nuisance still, because it looked funny. So what did I do? I removed it, and then I got someone from our local salon to do chunky braids, but then the chunky braids that were done were too chunky, and she didn't balance it out. Aliweka mingi. You see, the fact that they're chunky, they need to be few, but now they were chunky and they were a lot. So again, the heat, sleeping was a problem. I removed half of it, ikabaki ni kama two small braids. I don't know if you've seen it somewhere, but I think I have vlogged with half the braids on my head. And then after that I removed, and then had this one done. This one is practical, very practical, low maintenance, and especially with the heat, it doesn't cause me anything that covers the back of my neck. That is where my problems start, with heat. And then the fact that it's called what, night sweats. Ooh, they are bad. I don't remember having that with Ella, because Ella was born during the cold season, so it was easy. My body just self-regulated itself with the weather. But now, nights, like, you wake up drenched in sweat, and I mean drenched, not kidogo sweating, drenched in sweat. So that the first 2-3 weeks was unbearable. The heat right now, it's less. It's still there, but it's less, because we've decided now, anytime we're sleeping, even this one, I don't like overdress her, because now she ends up having rashes on her neck, her back, her face. The first 3 weeks, because of course you have to keep the baby warm, you are told you'd rather she suffers from heat rash than be sick because of cold. So I used to, of course, just not overdress her, but like properly dress her, and she'd still suffer. She'd still get those heat rash and the night sweats for me. But now from there on, I started dressing her down a little and leaving the door open at night when we were sleeping, because it became too hot. It became too hot. So we would leave, even right now we are still leaving the door open so that air circulates easily, because it was too much. But yeah, we survived. So our first 3 weeks haven't been as dramatic. Both of us were just sleeping most of the time. Of course, healing the incision, you take your time. You have to take your time and give your body time to heal. So I had 2 appointments. From when I got out of the hospital, I had 2 appointments with the doctor. The first one was to remove the dressing, and I remember I was supposed to go actually around Christmas, but I told the doctor, if it's not an issue, let's just move the appointment to a later date. And he told me, yeah, in fact, if you stay with it dressed, the better it is. So I can't remember exactly when I went, but I went later on, like a week and a half after, and it had healed properly, except there was a small space that was still open. So he cleaned it. Did he? So no, he just cleaned it and put a band-aid on it and told me not to need water on it. Actually, of course, when you're operated on, you're told not to shower. So me, what I used to do, actually everyone, if you're a CS mom, you know, you sponge bath for almost a week. So maybe the fact that I still had that dressing, I sponge bathed for a week and a half. It was frustrating, but I knew why I was doing that. Is there anything else out of the ordinary, really? No. Apart from sponge bathing, it's just kawaida with like the moms who get their babies naturally. The only difference is that you have an incision you have to take care of. Of course, them, if they had like it's called an epizi something, forgotten the name. If they had been cut down there, of course you have to heal. So, but that one I think is faster than this one. But yeah, basically that's it. I don't think I've left anything out. The bill it was the same as just going to a private hospital. I thought it would be cheaper. For some reason I thought it would be cheaper, but it wasn't cheap. It was more or less what we paid for during Ella's time in that private hospital. Actually, it was higher because during Ella's time, Ella spent like the entire time in the NICU, so she had her separate bill. I had my separate bill. But now this one, we only had just one bill, and it totaled to the bill that we paid on that side at that time. And this one was sleeping with me. She was not in the NICU. She didn't have issues. I thank God she didn't have issues. So we were sleeping with her the entire time. She wasn't showering she showered from the hospital once, and I remember I am not even the one who washed her. It's my sister's walingangana naye wakamwasha. The stamp fell a week later, and I remember we were given a cream, not a cream, a gel that you would apply on the stamp. I think it's because it was supposed to ward off any infection. So we didn't have a problem with the stamp, although her navel looked like it would be one of those navels, you know, the ones that stick out, but thank God it went back inside. It looked like it would be that one, but it went back inside after like 2 days. It just went back on its own, and I thank God. Like, hey, as in there are a lot of things that you overlook, when you're thinking about these things. But when they actually happen, that is when you realize, hey, this can be a problem. It's usually not a problem per se when the navel is sticking out, but you know, because of self-esteem and all those things, if you can afford it. I have an uncle of mine whose daughter had that her navel was sticking out, and I remember they did a surgery on her, and I don't know, it was pushed inside. I don't know what they do, but right now it's like inside. So sometimes when you think about things like that, there are things you don't quite think about until they actually happen to you, and you actually now realize, oh, so this is a thing. So yeah, hers went inside after like 2 days, and all was well. I was so grateful. Before then, we were sponge bathing, and the fact that she didn't have to bath, she didn't like bathing, right? She didn't like bathing. I wasn't forcing any issues. The fact that the stamp was there and hapendi kuoga, I was like, we are going to sponge bath until that thing falls off. So that is what we did. As of night routines, that's, can I remember? My brain is foggy. It is very foggy, very foggy. Right now there are things I can't place somewhere because I know there are high chances I will forget where I put it, and then it becomes a problem. So right now I'm not playing around with placing things randomly in places chances are I'm not going to see them. I'll forget. So we're not playing that game. Yeah, she used to sleep a lot during the day. At night she used to sleep a lot. She would sleep a lot during the day. At night, half the time she's awake. And then she has this thing, she wants to sleep while being held. Like right now she's asleep. If I put her down 10-15 minutes, she's up. 10-15 minutes, she's up. But at night we have started swaddling her already, and I feel like the swaddle helps her sleep better because of the subtle movements that they have, because she's asleep like this, as out. I feel like that those movements really affect how she sleeps. So we actually, this is day 2 of swaddling her, and I feel like she sleeps better. So yesterday we swaddled her around 10. She slept for like an hour and a half, woke up, we breastfed. And a funny story, these babies, I don't know, okay, my FYP and my FYP for Instagram has a lot of baby stuff. So people are talking about these 2025 babies, they are lifting their heads within a week, same as this. As in mpaka unashindwa, where are you, unakimbia ubende wapi? As in anagangana lifting her head. She's even without tummy time, those first few weeks she was busy lifting her head. She'd lift her head, hold it for like 3 seconds, and then fall. Exactly what they say is what happens. Lifting their heads, they don't need to burp for some reason. Sometimes she needs to burp, sometimes she doesn't. I don't know how that works, but I think I've been observant enough to understand. So when she breastfeeds, like right now she's breastfed, she's asleep, she's not moving a lot, you know, those movements, she's not moving a lot. So I don't quite need to burp her, she'll be okay. But if she breastfeeds and she's awake and she's moving a lot, you need to burp her. If you don't burp her, milk comes out. What else have I noticed? They want to sleep held. She'll sleep better when I am holding her. When I'm not holding her, she can easily sleep for an entire hour and a half when I'm holding her. If I don't hold her, I put her down, 20 minutes, she's up. 20 minutes, she's up. So that whole 20 minutes she's up kidogo, it doesn't help her. It actually makes her exhausted. So when I sleep, when I decide, when it's time for her to sleep, I sleep with her so that she feels that body warmth and knows that someone is still there with her, so she continues sleeping. So we would do like an hour, even 2, when we are together. But when she's alone, she doesn't sleep very well. Ouch. Nipples cracking, that's a bitch. That thing is bad. It is so bad. It is so painful. It is painful, and she needs to feed. Yani saa zingine ukimpatia, you're just like, but you don't have a choice, because then the alternative is having gorged boobs. That is not fun at all. I haven't had it, but I know it's painful, so I wouldn't want it, because I have felt when she has refused to breastfeed the discomfort that I have. Now imagine I have a lot of milk and she has refused her, and I maybe, let's say, I've not pumped. It's not, it's not a very comfortable situation, and I wouldn't want to put myself in it. So what else? I don't think there's anything else that I have left. Basically, the rest we're going to be talking about as the days go by. I think, yeah. Oh, Ella was excited. She was, first of all, that whole time I was at the hospital, she was wondering where mommy was. But we have a favorite auntie of hers that came over to stay with her to just distract her enough for her to not notice that mommy is missing a lot. So during the day she wouldn't think of me, but at night, because she used to see me at home, she would ask, where's mommy, where's mommy? So we would talk occasionally and tell her, I'm coming home with baby. And she was like, oh, okay. So she managed to come and visit me at the hospital once. So the baby, we took a cute picture. It was really nice. And then we came home. She's overly excited. She wants to handle her, but unfortunately she doesn't know how to handle her with the gentleness of a baby, because again, she's also a baby. She doesn't understand these things, but she's excited. I don't think she feels, okay, I know she feels that there's a distance between the two of us, which breaks my heart really, because half the time when I was pregnant, I would see her in the morning before she goes to school. I'd see her, she'd come from school, get into the house and come straight to the bedroom, just look for me. Nowadays, okay, she does the same thing, but in the morning she doesn't quite remember that I'm there, because in her head she knows mommy is asleep, mommy and baby are asleep, because most of the time, most mornings we are both asleep. By the time she's waking up and getting ready for school, mimi na huyu tumelala, because half the time we were up during the night. So we end up sleeping, we have like 2 sessions of sleeping during the morning. So the morning hours till around 9, we wake up, I breastfeed her as I take my breakfast, and then we stay for like an hour, and then we sleep again. So I think she's already used to the fact that mom is always asleep, so she doesn't come looking for me in the morning, and it feels bad. I know there's nothing much I can do, because I also need my rest, but when I'm up, especially when I'm up, when I have had like a good night's sleep and I'm up before she leaves for school, and I take her to school. I take her to school, or I go pick a story before she leaves. As in, I just make sure we interact. I don't want her to feel that space. I know she already feels it, but I don't want it to be a very big space between us, or that thing grows so big that it affects the way we relate with each other. I really don't want it. There's something, my Ella is my first baby, as in I want to protect her. I want to protect her feelings. I want to be there for her 100%, not 90, 100%. But right now I'm unable to, unfortunately, but I'm doing my best. And I really hope that it doesn't do anything, that whatever she feels doesn't do anything or make her feel like mommy has stopped loving me or something of that sort, because I would never want her to think like that or to feel like that. But yeah, basically that's it. She's overly excited about handling her, so we try as much as possible to involve her, but at the same time we are also very careful so that nothing bad actually happens, because there was a time she has this tendency of baby akilia kwanza, if you're not very careful and keen, unampata alishamchukua akambeba. And you see, the fact that she's a child herself, she doesn't know a lot of things. So there was a time she came, picked the baby up from the bed while she was on the bed, and lost her balance. The good thing is she fell with her on a pillow. It kind of scared me, but also, you know, you try to hold back so that you don't scare her, so that she doesn't stop coming and asking for baby. It's a tricky balance, especially when you have a toddler and an infant. It's a tricky balance. That is something I'm learning right now. And also, there was a time she brought me flu from school. After she opened school, I got flu. Thank God this one didn't get it. I got flu. So that is another challenge that comes with having a toddler and an infant. I've rambled a lot, but I hope I don't know. Have I said anything helpful? Basically, I think I've just given you a story, my story. I think from here on, I'll be telling you guys what has worked for us, what is working for us in terms of baby products, in terms of routines, although I can't quite say we have a routine just yet. What has worked for me, the situation with the nanny, with Ella, with Ella's dad. I think from here on, that's what we're going to talk about that for now. I think that's it. In case you have any questions and you would like to know something that I may have left out, feel free to ask. I'll answer your question.